This is a review video, and hopefully it's just a helpful one. I'm only going to give you one method on how to get from one to the other. And I'm going to start with fractions. If I have a fraction, I want to be able to change that to a decimal and a percent. All right, when I'm doing this, I always go to the decimal first. And here's the most basic way of doing this. You get your calculator. 7/8. You take the numerator, 7, divided by the denominator, and you get 0.875. 0.875. That's all you got to do to change your fraction to a decimal. Now, if I have this fraction, 9 divided by 100 equals 0.09. And this one, 1/20. 1 divided by 20 equals 0.05. That's all it is to it. To go from here to here, you just divide. 7 divided by 8. 9 divided by 100. 1 divided by 20. And you'll get your decimal. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to erase these, and I'm going to put some decimals in. So now I'm going to go from here to here. And the way I go from a decimal to a fraction is I say it, and then I simplify it. Okay. Say it and simplify it. So let's say I have 0.72, that's a decimal, 1.48, and 0.03. So I want to go from decimal to fraction. I kind of cover up the decimal point, and I see I have a 72. So I go 72 over, and then I have to look at what is the place value of the digit farthest to the right. This is the tenths, this is the hundredths. And so because that's in the hundredths, I put 100 over there. So 72 over 100. Now I have to simplify this. And I know 72 over 100, they're both even. So I cut them in half, gets me 36/50. Now these are both even too, so I can cut them in half again, or divide by 2. 18/25. Now I can't get the same number that will go into 18 and 25, so 18/25. And there, I'm good. Okay. Now, let's look at this next one. I say it, 1 and 48. What place value is that? Hundredths. 1 and 48 hundredths. And I can simplify this 48 hundredths. They're both even. I cut it in half. That's 24/50. Those are both even. So I take 1 and 24/50, and I cut those in half again, and I get 12/25 with the 1. I can't have a number that goes into both these, so my fraction is 1/12 over 25. 1 and 12/25. This one, I cover up my decimal. It looks like it's just the number 3, so I put a 3. This is the tenths, but this is the place I need, which is hundredths. 3 hundredths. Now 3 doesn't go into 100, so I'm in the simplest form there. So all you gotta do is say it, simplify it. Say it, simplify it. Say it. And this one we didn't have to simplify it, it was already simple. So, okay. So fraction, you just divide the numerator by the denominator and get this. For decimal, you say it and simplify it. Okay, that gets you to both these. Back and forth, back and forth. All right. Now, I'm going to teach you how to get from decimal to percent, and then from percent to decimal. So we're not going to worry about fraction right now. And I'm not going to, in this video, I'm not going to take you from percent to fraction or fraction to percent. We're not going to do those big jumps. Because if you know how to go from here to here, and here to here, and here to here, and here to here, then you know how to skip around and get to each one. Okay? So from here to here, you just divide it, and you get this decimal. Now, to go from here to here, you move the decimal point over 2. I write the number just like it is, and I move it over 2. 1, 2. That's where my decimal goes. And then I add a percent symbol. So 0.72 is 72%. Okay, this one I write 1.48. Now I'm going to take my decimal and go 2 to the right. 1, 2, right there. And then I put a percent symbol, and I get 148%. All right, this one, 0.0312. So it is 0.03%, which you don't need the 0, it's 3%. Then, if I want to go back, I'm going to put some different numbers in here. So say I have 80% and 0.3% and 152%. So now I'm going to write my percent over here, and to do this I get rid of the percent symbol. I make sure I can see the decimal, which is right there, and every whole number it's right there, and then I got to take it over 2. 1, 2. So 80% is 0.80 or 0.8. So I write this down, 0.3%. I get rid of my percent symbol. It has a decimal, and I go 2 to the left. 1, 2. And because there's nothing here, I have to put a 0 to mean there's nothing and nothing. So I got it. 0.003 is the same as 0.3%. Now here, 152%. 152%. I get rid of my percent symbol, put the decimal where it naturally is, and then I go over 2. 1, 2. So on this one I get 1.52. So with this chart, if I can get my decimal, I know I take the decimal 2 places over there, 2 places to the right, add the percent symbol. 2 places to the right, add the percent symbol. 2 places to the right, add the percent symbol. If I'm going from here to here, I get rid of the percent symbol and go 2 to the left. Go here to here, get rid of the percent symbol, 2 to the left. Here to here, get rid of the percent symbol, 2 to the left. Okay. So that's going back and forth between those two. And remember what we said for these two? Here, we just divide. Numerator divided by denominator gets me that. Divide gets me that. Divide this gets me that. Now from here to here is I say it and simplify it. Say it, simplify it. Say it, simplify it. Now I can go easily between these two, easily between these two. So I can go from here to here to here. Now that I can do this, whenever I get my decimal, I can go percent or I can go fraction. Okay, that's the most, I think that's the kind of the simplest I can give you to be able to find a fraction, a decimal, a percent. If you have one of them, you can get the other two. Okay, now the other thing I want you to know, like, I'm gonna do 50% here. Now if I wanna go to the decimal, I write it like this. I get rid of the percent, put my decimal where it is, and then go over 2. 1, 2. So it's 0.5. And then I wanna come all the way over to here, I say it. So I get rid of my decimal, this looks like it's 50 over, what place value is this? It's the hundredths. 50 over 100. They both end in 0, so I can divide by 10, divide by 10. That gets me 5 tenths. Now I have a 5 and a 0, I can divide by 5, divide by 5, gets me 1/2. And that's my fraction. Now, why did I do one more? Because I really want you to see that 1/2 is 0.50 and it's 50%. If I have 50% of something, I also have 0.50 of it. And I also have half of it. So if you think of $1, I have $1, $1 bill. I have 50% of it, which means I have half of it, or 0.50. Half of $1 is 50 cents. Okay? Half, these are all half. It's just different ways. This is the fraction way to say 1/2. This is the decimal way to say a half. And this is the percent way to say a half. All means the same value, just in different ways. And you gotta be able to go from fraction to decimal, decimal, fraction, decimal, percent, percent, decimal. Okay, we gotta make sure we have that really solid down, because the next lesson we do is where we're gonna have to fill this in, and we're gonna be comparing and ordering numbers from least to greatest. And so we're gonna have to use this chart again to be able to get them, which one's the greatest, which one's the least, and then in the order.